Hi, ladies. Um, Hopefully, you don't take this message the wrong way or this viewpoint the wrong way. Um, MGTOW, man, we are not here, we're not putting out vibes that we hate women or we're against, women are crap and all that stuff. That's not the vibe we're putting out. And if there's some who's doing that, they're not truly MGTOW, they're just lashing out under the guise of the MGTOW mindset. Um, but the reason why a lot of women that I'm, especially on social media, that's talking about, MGTOW, it's, it's about that it's a group of men that's hurt, so they retaliating and hurting other women, trying to hurt women. That reality is false, and you have to understand statistically about 20% of the male population has access to about 90% of the female population intimately, as far as sexual relationships and dating and courting and all that stuff. Women, 90% of women are attracted and want about 20% of the male population to be their husbands and their boyfriends and lovers and things like that. It's not the majority of men. So you would find, because these men might sleep with you, have kids with you, but never marry you or commit to you in a long-term relationship, the men that you want to be with, um, you may assume that they've gone their own way, which is what MGTOW is, men going their own way, when in reality they have gone on to the next woman because they have access to so many women that wants them. You just happen to be used up at that moment and pushed to the side and go on to the next fresh young thing, which typically what happens, because all men have a similar mindset when it comes to women. We don't want no old woman really. Young, fresh, vibrant, all that other stuff. Make us feel youthful, happy, comfortable, whatever. So don't take it out, assume that because that man don't want you, but you want him, is because he's a MGTOW. Because MGTOW is not about, um, you know, demoting relationships. We just not promoting relationships for ourselves, but we're not against people getting involved in relationships. Matter of fact, I'm going to a wedding in about a month. A couple of my athletes are getting married, and I'm happy for that. I actually was the one that spoke to them about getting married. you know. So it's not that we're against relationships and men finding, being in relationships and marrying women. It's just not for us. And if the man that you want don't want you, that doesn't necessarily mean he's MGTOW. That just means he's moved on to the next woman. Because you don't want most men as a woman. You want the top 20%. You might have sex with a guy that's average or whatever, um, but you truly, if you really look within yourself, you truly want this specific type of man that most women want. When you the high earning man in particular is like the biggest thing on the list. Um, then of course high value, and then people, or and then down there you have men with lifestyle and things like that. You don't want you always want a man that's like well put together, have everything always going about like I'm dressed like a bum right now, believe it or not, because I do blue collar work. Even though I don't have to, I do it because I enjoy it. So I do a lot of that. If you see me on the street, I will look like a bum. So you wouldn't be really attracted to me at all. But you see me 10 minutes later, well dressed and driving one of my fancy cars, you're attracted to me now then. And I've seen it happen, and I'm not saying it's with every woman. I just have seen it for the most part. Um, and among many women, even married women. I've seen it, that change in their acceptance of me. And it doesn't necessarily mean that they want to be in a relationship with me. They're just more, you know, I'm more acceptable. I can pretty much approach them and make advances that I otherwise couldn't make dressed like a bum. So, or in my work clothes that look like a bum. So do not um, think. You women need to think about the men that you really want. And because there's so many more women out there in the world than men, you're competing with some of the hottest women as far as physical appearance, and you're also competing with women that's not only beautiful physically but has all the attributes that the 20% of the men that y'all want, those women have. And you just can't compete. The numbers are just not there where you're gonna get those 20%. All right. So it's not MGTOW. MGTOW is not here to hurt you. We're not here to put you down as a woman. It just so happened that the men that you want don't want you because they have access to other women that's younger than you, more beautiful than you, and is more submissive than you. And they don't mind being, sharing those particular men. And because there are more women in the world than men, there are more women out there that's willing to share a very wealthy man or a high value man or whatever than there are men. So like, subscribe, ask questions in the comment section down below. Y'all have a good day.